The Sooners' initial injury report, or student availability report, has dropped, and some Oklahoma fans are kind of losing their minds a little bit. And it's okay. I understand, because it feels like there's some things to be alarmed about on there. But I'm going to show y'all some things that actually look pretty good too, so you can get excited, as well as some updates on other players that you probably didn't even realize weren't on this list. So let's dive into it. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports, a Hog Media production. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for putting up to the channel. Videos powered by our partners over at Sleeper. If you're not checking them out for daily fantasy football, you're missing out. Use our promo code UNFAIR and they will match your first deposit 100% up to the first $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. So the availability report's in. We now have an idea of who's dinged up, banged up, who's dealing with some aches and pains. But I want y'all to understand and proceed with caution on this, because a lot of these availability reports initially are gamesmanship. It's a starting point. Plus, it's any type of situation where a player may have sat, a little ailment here or there. They're going to put all that information out there. And Brent Venables addressed a lot of this on his presser on Tuesday. Next week, we'll probably leverage that, drop some clips, and listen to what BV had to say. But this is what the report's looking like. So let's jump right into it. Right now, we are sitting here with Jeremiah Newcomb, Troy Everett, which we know Troy Everett's out. Newcomb, I've heard some things. I think he has an injury that's going to keep him out for a while. Nothing official has been announced. Jacob Sexton got hurt first week of the season. Jake Taylor's been out dealing with that shoulder stuff for a while as well. The doubtfuls, of course, Giovanni and Eli Bowen, which we kind of had an idea. I don't see either one of them playing this game. I can totally see them playing Kent State, because that'll be 2 weeks removed, and then prepping themselves potentially for a Texas return. That will be dope, because we could totally use the additional bodies for that game. Questionables were interesting. Zion Kearney's questionable. Did not know that he had a little tweak, but hey, it may be more precaution. Fabechi Wade, who did have a little bit of, I think he got rolled upon during the Temple game. So I know he's dealing with a little bit of ailment. Fasusi hurt his ankle at the end of the Michigan game. So he was in a boot while he was at Temple. But heck, all reports have shown that he's been running around playing and having fun on that boot. Michaela got turned up against Temple. So yeah, you're seeing the trend. Everybody getting turned up at Temple. Isaiah Autry-Dent, I'm not sure what's up with him right now. I think I have an idea. I got to talk to his dad just to get more details, but I know that he's dealing with a little bit of an ailment, but he should be back hopefully sometime soon. And Marvin Jones Jr., I know he had a little tweak that was talked about at the Temple game as well, but he played so well. That was good to see that. But these probables, though, first off, the probables are good. And then there's also a component here that names ain't showing up. Let's go ahead and talk about that. First, shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. If you're not checking them out for daily fantasy football, you are missing out. They've got one of the best apps out there. So when you download it, you'll get real live updates. You'll also get a live chat where you can chat with other fans and, banter and talk ball back and forth. They give you those updates on your players and performances that you're watching for not only season-long fantasy, but also daily fantasy. And on their daily fantasy side, you pick 2 or more players, you pick more or less on their statistics, and man, you could win up to 1,000 times the money that you are playing. So you can make game days into paydays. So check them out. Download the #1 sports app today. Use our promo code UNFAIR. They're going to match your first deposit 100% up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Let's go back to the availability report. Take a gander at this. Probables right now, Keontez Lewis. Now, we all know Keontez took a big hit against Temple, and everybody was concerned. Is he going to be able to come back? Is he going to play? Well, he's probable. And people that are typically probable usually transition right back into available. And so that's a good thing. We know that that hit was, kind of nasty, but we saw him walking around on the outside. He was walking around on the sideline, and I heard that he tried to get back in. Of course, you ain't going to play the dude. So he's in protocol. So as long as he clears protocol for the next couple of days, because concussions can linger, as long as he clears those, then he should be good to go in this game. So that would be a huge bump. Him and getting Zion Kearney with him will be massive for this Auburn game to start the season. And then, of course, once you get Giovanni later, mid-season, then you may and have a full wide receiver room. You'll be good to go. Danny Okoye, BV talked about Okoye as Okoye was in Temple, but he didn't play. And that's not a bad thing. You kind of wanted him to rest up. You want to make sure that his body's good, mainly because he is a key part in this R. Mason Thomas situation. With R. Mason Thomas being out, you're going to need Okoye to really give you something. Like, it's going to be critical to get Danny Okoye to play. And then Olin Hollenbeck, the backup center, he's down. He's probable, but he should be. He's getting better. I've heard that he's improved dramatically on that side of things. So I'm pretty happy about that. But there's also one thing that we did not see in here. And I think this is the thing that was the most interesting to me about the way this has been, the availability report that looks is, you don't see Gentry Williams on there. That means he should be back. So we should get Gentry back. If you looked at the depth chart, the wide receiver room looked like it's getting back full. We still don't have Jaden Gibson yet. So I know people have asked. He's not on the list. He's not even going to play. He's not on the depth chart right now. So we got to wait and see how that continues to progress. There's no reason to put him on here, if he's not even on the depth chart, if you want me to be absolutely honest. Or outside of that, you don't see Ott on here. Actually, you don't see any of our running backs on the availability report. I think that's the other thing that you all should be very much excited about, because that's the thing that we were, the most nervous about overall was, like, we're dealing with a lot of running backs. We were dealing with a lot, going through some stuff. You had Tatum, you had Xavier Robinson, you had Torrey Blaylock, Ott. All of them were dealing with something coming out of spring at a fall camp and through the first week. And so it appears they all should be good. But my favorite thing is, though, you're getting Gentry back, who we have been excited about getting back this season, because Gentry was a dude at corner, and he did well in the Illinois State game. We didn't have to have him in the Michigan game, which kind of surprising. Well, actually, he played a little bit of Michigan game, and they didn't even pick on him. They tried to pick on Cortland, and it didn't work out. And that Cortland, a dog, he out there balling. So now all we got to do is continue that in this Auburn game. We'll get another update tonight, and I'll make sure to get a video out later tonight to talk about it. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in those comments. I want to hear your thoughts. The other pluses on there is that you don't see your starter, your big-time receivers. You don't see Kanik. You don't see Burke, Satania, right? You see a lot of players that are going to contribute, but you're not seeing your main dogs on there right now, which is probably the best thing. The offensive line, though, I get where everybody has their questions or the concerns. I'm not discounting anything you're saying, because it makes sense. It's one of those where you're like, dang, man, we need these bodies, man. And I think we'll have them in time. And I expect a lot of those questionables to move into probables and off the list by the end of the week. So as long as they get through treatment goes good, we should be good to go. Shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper, sponsoring this video. Check them out for daily fantasy football as well as season long. Use our promo code UNFAIR and they will match your first $100 deposit 100%. So they're going to hook you up. We'll chop it up with each and every single one of you later today. We'll have more videos because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Peace.